morning and welcome back to A Father's Love. Today is July the 8th, 2011, and I am your host and author of this blog, Jeffrey Miskell. Before we get started today, I would like to express my deepest gratitude for you stopping by. It really means a lot to me that you stop by here and you listen to my readings, and you read my stories, my letters to little Caleb. And the biggest mission that I have with this blog is to touch people's lives. Maybe they're hurting in some way, shape, or form. Maybe they lost a loved one. Maybe you lost a loved one. Anyhow, if you have or you know somebody who has, this is the place to come. And hopefully the stories that are contained within, the videos, the Bible readings, everything that I've compiled thus far on this blog helps in any way possible, because dealing with the death of a loved one is never an easy task. So if you know somebody who's experiencing that, or if you are experiencing that yourself, you've made it to the right place. And thank you for stopping by, and I really hope the things I'm doing here help you. Okay, if you remember the last time that we left off here, which was a couple days ago, I know it's been a few days since I've read, but I've been so busy with the July 4th weekend, it's just, I had to take a break. When you got a house full of kiddos, it just, boy, they keep you going. Anyhow, the last time we left off, we were at Genesis chapter 7, and we were reading about the flood. And in chapter 7, it talks about Noah and his family and all the animals piling into the ark and preparing for the flood. And at the conclusion of chapter 7, the Bible states that the waters flooded the earth for 150 days. Wow. Anyhow, if you just go get your Bible and follow along with me here, Genesis chapter 8. It'll be a short chapter, but we'll go ahead and finish up with what happens during the flood. And I believe the waters are going to recede, and Noah and his family are going to take on a new life. So, what do you say we dive into the Word here and get started here? If you haven't went and got your Bible yet, go ahead and go get it. And while you're doing that, I'll go ahead and start reading, okay? For those of you who have your Bible, go ahead and follow along with me, okay? But God remembered Noah and all the wild animals and the livestock that were with him in the ark. And he sent a wind over the earth, and the waters receded. Now the springs of the deep and the floodgates of heavens had been closed, and the rain had stopped falling from the sky. The water receded steadily from the earth. At the end of 150 days, the water had gone down, and on the 17th day of the 7th month, the ark came to a rest on the mountains of Ararat. The waters continued to recede until the 10th month, and on the first day of the 10th month, the tops of the mountains became visible. After 40 days, Noah opened the window he had made in the ark and sent out a raven, and it kept flying back and forth until the water had dried up from the earth. Then he sent out a dove to see if the water had receded from the surface of the ground. But the dove could find no place to set its feet, because there was water over the surface of the earth. So it returned to Noah in the ark. He reached out his hand and took the dove and brought it back to himself in the ark. He waited 7 more days and again sent out the dove from the ark. When the dove returned to him in the evening, there in its beak was a freshly plucked olive leaf. Then Noah knew that the water had receded from the earth. He waited 7 more days and sent the dove out again, but this time it did not return to him. By the first day of the first month of Noah's 601st year, the water had dried up from the earth. Noah had then removed the covering from the ark and saw that the surface of the ground was dry. By the 27th day of the second month, the earth was completely dry. Then God said to Noah, "Come out of the ark, you and your wife and your sons and their wives. Bring out every kind of living creature that is with you, the birds, the animals, and all the creatures that move along the ground, so they can multiply on the earth and be fruitful and increase in number upon it." So Noah came out, together with his sons and his wife and his sons' wives. All the animals and all the creatures that move along the ground, and all the birds, everything that moves on the earth, came out of the ark, one kind after another. Then Noah built an altar to the Lord, and taking some of all the clean animals and clean birds, he sacrificed burnt offerings on it. The Lord smelled the pleasing aroma and said in his heart, "Never again will I curse the ground because of man, even though every inclination of his heart is evil from childhood. And never again will I destroy all living creatures as I have done. As long as the earth endures, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night will never cease." Okay, well, that's it for chapter 8. So as you can see, the flood's over. The waters have receded. Noah and his family and the animals have came out, and they're getting ready to start a new life on the earth. God promised that he will never flood the earth again. But I have a feeling that there's something different in store for the next time. It's going to be a lot different. And we'll get to that way down the road. Okay? Well, thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And I hope to see you again here tomorrow on Father's Love. Again, I apologize for the long hiatus, but I'm back now. And we'll just keep on doing this because I love serving you, helping you, and especially and most, I love serving my God. He's the one who gives me and my family the strength that we have. Okay, on behalf of my little Caleb, thank you. I'll see you again tomorrow on A Father's Love. Bye-bye.